Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where we talk about skincare, grooming, and sometimes hair, so that sounds like the thing. Make sure you are subscribed. Also, come and follow me on Instagram where I post a lot of stuff you're not going to see here on YouTube. I'm sorry, it's been a while. I've just moved house. No, I kept talking about moving house for like the longest time, but it's finally happened. I'm in my work in progress studio. So, I'm going to be changing a few things up. I'm just working on it and still unpacking. So, yes, as always, when my life offline is extra busy, I like to do something easy and enjoyable that we could all watch. I thought today we'd go through some celebrity skincare routines and see what they're doing different, maybe what they're doing wrong. Maybe there's some products or interesting techniques that they could introduce us to. So, yes, but before we get on with it, please remember that I am no voice of authority. I'm not licensed to talk about skincare in any way, but you should listen to me because I'm a YouTuber and I have nearly 1 million subscribers. No. So we're going to start off with Selena Gomez. Always been a fan, but recently she did a collab with Blackpink, and anybody that collabs with Blackpink is amazing in my book. So let's see what her skincare has to behold for us.
First step, I wash my face, and I like to use the Skin Soothing Foam, and it actually helps because I have dry skin, but then on certain areas I have oily, which is really annoying. So I love that. I did that. As for moisturizer,
she's like me, I always cleanse my face off camera because it's just impossible to do it on camera. Like the logistics of filming over your sink and filming with water, it just doesn't, it just doesn't, As
for moisturizer, I love the Tatcha, the Dewy Skincare line. And it's so thick and yummy that you actually don't have to use that much of it. I think when I was younger, I didn't really take care of it.
Okay, so I feel like Tatcha has a slightly bad reputation for a few reasons. Its price point and the fact that they use a lot of fragrance, and a lot of people are anti-fragrance nowadays, but also because they said they were going to send me their cleanser and they never did, so now they're in my bad books. So yeah, it contains fragrance. We all know if it bothers your skin, don't use it. She clearly likes it and keeps using it. You can see that was an empty pot there. I really do like their moisturizers. I didn't want to like it because I don't feel like you need to spend that amount of money on a moisturizer for it to work or for it to be good. It just happens that it's an expensive product and it works. I'm looking at the ingredients of this particular product that she's showing us, and we actually have some amazing ingredients in here. We have glycerin in here, which is a great humectant. We have squalane, which is a skin identical ingredient. Something I love, squalane oil, I love to use when my skin is fucked. Like when I've been overdoing it with everything. Now the colder weather's coming along, I'm going to be using squalane oil at night to help kind of like rebuild that structure of my skin. A lot of the products I use with rice ferment filtrate or rice bran extract as well, all targets at brightening and evening out your complexion. All this sounds a little bit heavy considering she's got an oily T-zone and kind of like a dry cheek area, but that is pretty much my skin as well. Oily here, dry here, and I find it like not heavy, but it's very comforting on the skin in the sense that it feels like it's protected from the outside environment, but it doesn't make you oily and greasy throughout the day. So for her, I think it's a really good ingredient. Tatcha do also use some questionable ingredients, some gimmicky ingredients like gold. So gimmicky, but they're products I genuinely enjoy.
Or the Drunk Elephant sunscreen. I like to put sunscreen on because not only is it important to keep your skin looking fresh, but I have lupus, so being in the sun is, kind of difficult for me. So I like to put my sunscreen on.
So we're going right into sunscreen, and that's a super simple routine. And I knew she had lupus because I went on like a binge of watching interviews with her after her Blackpink collab. I just kind of went into a spiral with Selena Gomez. So yeah, super simple routine so far. She's gone from moisturizer straight into a sunscreen. Again, nothing wrong with that. It could be because of her lupus that she maybe can't experiment with skincare products. I'm not massively clued up on that, but whether or not, it's still an absolutely fine routine. You don't have to have all this fancy frill stuff in the middle. This is absolutely fine, and to be honest, it clearly works for her as well.
Since 30 SPF. When you are taking care of your skin, you're taking care of your body and your mind and soul, just because I think it's all connected. So I notice when I get stressed or something, I tend to break out more, or I get lazy with my routine. So I feel like I feel like it's become just a part of it, and I just deal with whatever I got that day.
Stress for me, I think I mentioned because of this whole move, I've been extremely stressed out, and stress is a trigger for me. I break out like crazy. I get like little annoying breakouts that go pretty quick, but they come just as quick as they go. So yes, sunscreen, yes. I've not used this one, so let's take a look at the ingredients. It's an SPF 30. Really, she can go higher. So the one she's got here is a mineral sunscreen, and I know a lot of people say that chemical sunscreens are bad for sensitive skin. Again, that's not necessarily true, but you can get some really nice formulated mineral sunscreens and if that's what she's comfortable with, that's absolutely fine. Correct me if I'm wrong, but lupus means your skin, I don't know if this is right. Lupus means your skin is more sensitive to UV rays, right? So higher would be better in general. But again, I don't know whether there's something that she's been told to avoid or anything like that. So in a different situation, I would say go for higher. But yeah, I don't know if she's been recommended something. This is where my non-dermatology kind of like background really shows, because I'm not 100% sure how lupus does affect the skin other than making it more sensitive to the skin. To the sun. Oh my God. I love her philosophy on skincare. It's mine as well. I feel like a lot of people see skincare as like vanity, when really it's a form of self-care. And for me, it's just like half an hour to 45 minutes usually just to relax. Think about what I've done during the day, what I need to do the next day. Oh, that's not relaxing, that's working. Let's move on to Rihanna.
And that brings me into our third step, which is a product that I'm really proud of because I come from the islands and I grew up around coral reefs, and our Fenty Skin Moisturizer has an added sunscreen, SPF 30. So it's also a 2-in-1. You have a moisturizer and a skin protector from all the UV rays with our SPF. And our SPF is coral reef friendly. Get that. So another big thing about SPF moisturizers and sunscreen in general is that it usually leaves this really white cast and a horrible smell. Like it's there, it stays there all day. That was really important for me. But I also want all women of all skin tones and all colors to be able to use this moisturizer without that gray white cast being left behind. So as you can see, it's already starting to like disappear on my hand. And I just like, it feels so good that you just want to leave your hands there just like this. For me, the product I would splurge on the most is moisturizer. Anything to do with moisture, whether it's face or body. I think adding...
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. So there's a few things here. Of course, she's going to talk about Fenty Skin. It's her baby. Of course, she's going to talk about it. And they are good products. That is actually a really nice sunscreen, especially for darker, deeper skin tones. It leaves no white cast, and it gives like this amazing kind of like glow, shimmery glow. But sunscreen at night, this is her nighttime skincare routine, is we don't do that. Sunscreen is something you want to remove at night. It can irritate your skin if you leave it on. So a few people asked me, they said, surely you don't need to remove sunscreen because the UV filters break down during the day, so you don't need to remove it at night, which I found weird because I was like, well, don't you wash your face either way at night? Sunscreens are made to stay on your skin. That's their job. It's like waterproof makeup. It's made to stay put. So looking at this particular sunscreen, you have other ingredients including like viscosity controllers, occlusive, emollients. These all stay on your skin. And if you want serums, etc. to penetrate properly through the skin, it's probably best to remove all this so you have a cleaner canvas. But this, again, is amazing sunscreen. At night, absolutely not. I do hope that Fenty launches like an evening moisturizer, like a separate moisturizer. Because yeah, another thing, the way she applied this, which absolutely fine at night because you're not going out in the sun, because there is no sun at night. You can't apply sunscreen like this. Then say like it's all nearly gone and then pat it onto your skin. At night, yeah, that's fine for your moisturizer. But sunscreen, you have to apply way more than that, and you're probably not getting enough sunscreen on your skin if that's how you're applying your sunscreen. Let's talk about coral reef friendly sunscreen. Coral reef friendly sunscreen isn't a thing. Unless you are swimming directly over the coral reefs, and covered in chemical sunscreen from head to toe, there's no need to worry about this. I live in the UK, my chemical sunscreen isn't being washed down the sink and then destroying the reefs. I understand that she has that connection, and I think that's absolutely fine. Like she said, she grew up around these things, so even the smallest potential step that she can take to not contributing to this, she's going to naturally want to do that as well, you know? So I completely get that, and I understand that she wants to take any potential step and not add in any way to the situation. However, chemical sunscreens is probably one of the last things you want to worry about when it comes to environmental worries, concerns, and coral reef bleaching. Global warming in general is a much bigger concern than chemical sunscreens when it comes to bleaching reefs. There are other things you can do that make a much bigger impact than not buying chemical sunscreens or using reef-friendly sunscreens. It's kind of skirting around a real issue. It's another selling tactic that makes us feel good about purchasing a product, and that's how these guilty selling tactics work. So I'm like, oh, I'm doing my part by buying this reef-friendly sunscreen. If you buy anything, it's the same as like washing what's it called? The plastics that you find in cleansing balms, washing those down the drain. The concern that people have for those over much bigger issues kind of confuses me. If you shop anywhere that sells fast fashion, if you buy denim, if you wash your clothes, the fibers from that go into the ocean, the amount of water that's used to create denim, things like that are a much bigger concern and are affecting oceans way more than chemical sunscreens. And I find it's like a thing that's been villainized for no reason. Again, Michelle from Lab Muffin Beauty Science has an amazing video all about this, showing the actual evidence, the science-based evidence, how the trend really started. And I think she mentions that an expert, like environmental expert, mentions, like a coral reef expert mentions that chemical sunscreen isn't even within the top 200 reasons for reef bleaching. I'm getting all my terms muddled up, but it's super interesting. Please go and watch the whole video. It's so interesting. Let's do a few guys. We're going to do Tan France from Queer Eye. I have an interesting little bit of trivia for you. I actually had 2 interviews for Queer Eye on Netflix, but I didn't know what it was going to be. But obviously you see the people that are in it, and they got way more personality than I have. So let's have a look at Tan France, owner of the hair that I want. This is the hair I want. This color, this length, everything is amazing.
I am in New York. I'm not in my own home. I'm here for my collaboration with Express, and now I would like to show you what my nighttime routine is. It's a little different here than my actual home. I don't bring all of my products with me. So I usually wash my face first. I only use my face wash maybe 2 or 3 times a week when I'm at home. The rest of the time when I'm on the go, I don't really need a face wash. I don't use much makeup at all, literally just under my eyes. So I wipe that off and wash my face with hot water. I do have a blemish today. Yes, I know you see it. I see it too. It's screwing me so hard, but I only get one like once or twice a year max. So I promise you, me not washing my face with a face wash isn't affecting my skin. I usually have really clear skin. Back home, I use something called Harper. It's their face cleanser. It's this green.
Okay. You know what? Fine. It's fine. Honestly, if that works for his skin, that's fine. I know people who haven't had a skincare routine like their whole life and their skin is spotless. His skin looks so good. He gets a breakout once a year, twice a year, did he say? And that's a great example of do whatever works for you. He does at one point say that he doesn't wear makeup so he doesn't have to wash his face roundabouts. So cleansing your face isn't just for people who wear makeup. It's obviously to get rid of things like sunscreen that hopefully he wears every day, sweat, oils, all that kind of stuff. It's not like he's not washing his face because he's lazy. He's not washing it because he feels like his skin doesn't need it, and that's okay.
The rest of my products, which I'm going to show you in a moment, it's called Biologique Recherche or Recherche. I don't speak French. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's called P50. It's wonderful. It smells so bad. It smells to high hell, but it's wonderful. So, other than those 2 things, I'm going to show you what I do with my face. So I'm going to wash it real quick.
Iconic product, iconic exfoliating product that I cannot for the life of me find a stockist in the UK. If you know, please help me. It's got AHA in it, BHA, PHA, cider vinegar, sulfur. It does have essential oils in, which I'd rather not have, but to be honest, I'm yet to hear anything bad about this product, and it's been around for so long. Let's go on to Antoni Porowski. I think I pronounced that wrong, but he is another Queer Eye presenter, host.
I turn on the water, I wait for the water to get warm because I don't like cold water on my face, and then I take my Clarisonic. I love this little guy. I travel with him everywhere. And then I apply a little...
Rest in peace is all I'm going to say. And no. Let me expand on that, sorry. For me personally, Clarisonics made my skin very sensitive. I used it every day, morning and night. Spinning brushes, for me, are just like manual exfoliation in the sense that because you're physically rubbing something over your face, it feels like you have to push harder because you feel those bristles. There's that temptation to just kind of like almost dig at your face, and it just wasn't for me at all. I use Foreo. I absolutely love my Foreo. The silicone kind of like tips just glide across the face. The temptation isn't there to kind of like, you know, dig and spin, you know.
A little bit of a cleansing gel, and I use Suzanne Kaufman. Get my face all nice and wet, and then I turn this little puppy on, and in a little brush motion, I apply it to my skin. This stuff doesn't lather too much, but it really works well.
So I don't know a lot about this cleanser. I'm taking a quick look at the ingredients here, and to be honest, it looks really soothing and healing, and it doesn't foam, so that's usually a good sign that it's not stripping in any way. Not that foaming cleansers instantly mean stripping. And again, looking at the way the Clarisonic is being used, it's the reason I stopped using it, because I feel like it encourages dragging, pulling, pushing down on the skin. This twice a day is not good for me.
And it gets into every single little nook and cranny, exposing all my spots that have been covered up by a day of makeup. There's something really herbaceous about this soap that I really like, that feels very spa-like. Scents are very important to me. I like things that are super calming, especially after like a manic day of running around.
I mean, he's removing makeup like this as well. You know, I'm a fan of the double cleanse, and I do think it's just a nicer way to remove your makeup. It's all about, he likes a scent. It's aromatherapy, and as much as people do not like fragrance, it's a science. It's a fact that people like fragrance in their skincare. People say it serves no purpose. Scientific fact, it absolutely serves a purpose in skincare, and that is aromatherapy. There is a science behind fragrance and how it makes us feel. Well, so when people say there's no purpose behind fragrance in skincare, there is for some people. Just because it doesn't serve a purpose for you doesn't mean it doesn't serve a purpose. I personally couldn't give a shit either way. Put it in or don't, I don't care.
Meditative and chill, and it feels like you're in a spa, so. And when it's done is usually when I'm done, and it removed all my makeup, and I can see it right on the brush head, which is very satisfying.
Can I just say about Clarisonic, this is the for men one. I always found it weird that Clarisonic made a for men brush like men were incapable of holding the normal Clarisonic. And I feel like brands do that for men, like they dumb their product down like men are still cavemen and don't know how to hold products, or like, oh, we need to make it, I don't know, like blue, you know? It's weird.
Nice and clean. So now I'm gonna dry off. Because the Clarisonic is pretty intense, I actually switch things up a little bit. And every once in a while, I actually use a clarifying cleanser by Harper. This stuff is all organic. Apparently it's edible, though I haven't tried it. Some of it's fallen into my mouth sometimes. Is it delicious? No, but is it good to know that it's not dangerous? Yes. This cleanser you can apply.
Skincare isn't dangerous. None of your products are dangerous. Skincare is safe. Organic doesn't mean safe or not dangerous as well. But I get what he means. I have this cleanser. I love it. It's really, really nice. It's an exfoliating cleanser. The whole organic and no nasties thing, while this product, it's true, this product is organic. Whilst it's not for me, I think saying things like that, not just him, but in general, like this is what like the beauty industry has done to consumers, is they again, selling by fear, making us think that there are dangerous products out there, making us think that these chemists and these cosmetic chemists are evil masterminds sitting in labs, wanting our skin to fall off and for all of us to get cancer and be poisoned. It discredits some amazing work from amazing skincare formulators and amazing brands and amazing science. Like, skincare has come such a long way, and the whole organic, no nasties thing, I feel really discredits the amazing work that has been done within skincare. But yes, off topic, very nice cleanser. But yes, I hope you enjoyed that. I don't do a lot of reaction videos, so I thought it'd be nice just to kind of get the little clips. But yeah, back to my regular-ish posting schedule next week. That's it. Bye.